So let's talk about this rumor going around in regards to James Gunn being out of DC and it's a big if Warner Brothers gets sold to a company like Skydance. Now, what was reported yesterday is that the first offer by Skydance was rejected by Warner Brothers. Doesn't mean they can't have ongoing discussions and Skydance comes back with a better offer to Warner Brothers. What we do know is this: DC Studios and Warner Brothers are looking to sell off this company. And whether it happens or not, we shall see. All that being said, if this does happen, this is a result, in my personal opinion, of previous mistakes from DC. You go back to the Zack Snyder universe, and they started out with Man of Steel, and then after that, you had Batman vs Superman. I didn't think that movie was any good whatsoever. I hear different arguments about, well, I like the movie, like Tyrone Magnus. I said he liked it. Harsh critics says it's a good movie. In my personal opinion, I think at that point, when DC decided that we need to keep up with Marvel, that was their downfall, in my personal opinion. I think if you took your time building out your universe, introducing different characters, then I believe DC would have been in a better position. But now you're in a situation where you have to rebuild this universe. And if they decide to cut ties with James Gunn, then it's like, okay, now they got to start everything all over again. If Skydance ends up buying DC and we're in a situation where they have to start everything all over again, in my opinion, give it 3 to 4 years of a break. Don't go out and push for reboot right away, because you've got fans on James Gunn and Zack Snyder who have been unhappy with DC. In fact, when James Gunn decided to not bring Henry Cavill back after he said, I'm making my return as Superman, that divided the fan base. That's why you see the movie like Superman. Forbes is reporting that it actually lost at least $40 million. And if that's true, because we have to see how the numbers look a year from now, I'm not going to call it a bomb yet. But if they did lose money, that shows you that fans did not like the decision to move off Henry Cavill. So there's a lot of things that are going on. I want to see James Gunn stay on board, because I want to see if he can build out an actual universe. I want to see how he does with a movie like Clayface, because that's going to be a darker tone. I want to see if he can make a good Batman movie. If he makes it goofy and too cartoonish, I'm going to be turned off, because Batman is more of a serious character. I understand that Superman to some people felt more like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. It did to me. And the movie Superman, in my opinion, was mid, because they took a character. He was constantly getting beat up. The comedy didn't really fall for me. And when I first saw Superman, it felt like I was jumping in season 5 of episode 10. And I understand you don't want to go with a background. You want to just jump right into the action. However, I just felt like the scenes were not developed really well. It felt rushed. They were just trying to put pieces together. And it felt goofy a lot of times. So I like the casting choice. I like the idea of making Superman vulnerable, but I feel like they lean too much into him being vulnerable, because he got beat up over and over again. It's like, okay, I understand you want to have Superman go through a struggle, but we need to see him be super at the same time. And when you look at what's going on in Hollywood, girl boss movies, you see in Marvel, they've toned down Hulk, they've toned down Thor. Even if it's not James Gunn's goal to make Superman look weak, that's what can come across to some fans. And that's why you have so much division, so much different opinions about Superman. And just to clarify, these are just rumors right now going around that people are talking about. But when you look at what's happened with the Backlash or Peacemaker, and it didn't finish in the top 10 in streaming for Nielsen charts, that's a website that tracks these things. And I remember there was a episode where they had like white people as Yahtzees and chasing a black woman. It's like you're bringing in politics, and people are tired of the identity politics. You see what's going on with Disney and the disasters they put out over the last 5+ years. I think James Gunn needs to be careful here. Now, I would rather see a Wonder Woman movie, because I think that would help build some momentum. I'm not sure how Supergirl is going to be received, especially if it's a character that the audience doesn't care a lot about. You know what I'm saying? I'm intrigued by Clayface. I want to see James Gunn build out this universe. But if DC sells and the company comes in and parts ways with James Gunn, can't blame them. It sucks if it does happen. All that being said, we'll see how it all plays out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I want to hear your thoughts on the possibility of DC being bought out by another company. And do you think it's a good idea to part ways with James Gunn? If that does take place, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.